see a light flowing down from the heavenlies, and we are here reaching out. The Word of God is all we need. Who the Son sets free is free indeed. So God, please speak to me, reaching the next generation.
And those of you now, you can see us, but we're here from in Spring, Texas, and we want to continue. Evangelist Mark has reached his location, and I just wanted to continue. He was expected to get in a little bit earlier, but he did not get a chance to get in early. So I wanted to just, he called me up and he says, I'm just getting home and I want to share, be glad to share in the broadcast. And we want to continue to give you this fullness because we've done 2 videos already, and this will be the final video on the mission and ministry to Africa update. And one of the reasons is that many of you witness us going to Africa, and you witness us while we were there, and you got an inside look at some things that we were doing, and so we want to update you on to where that ministry is. One of the things that we want you to understand is that we didn't go to Africa just to have a one-up, just to say we was there, and once we left that we were done. That's not why we went to Africa. We went there to minister, to establish the work of Christ, and not just there in Liberia, but in other nations as well. And one of the interesting things I'm going to have on the set here in another broadcast, we're going to be ministering to a minister that we are helping, and we're supporting him. And the we here is me and you. Those of you that says, I want to help the poor and needy, and I want to help those ministers, those evangelists, those pastors that is out there in the fields of ministry, and they need their brother's help. And if you feel that way, I'm going to ask you to join us. That's the bottom line. And whatever you can do will be a tremendous help to us. Now, I want to point some things out here, and I'm going to try to bring this down a little bit so that it will be a little bit more comfortable for us. Just amazing how you can just do a number of things with things today. Now, I want to just really say, as we wait on Evangelist Mark, he is going to be joining us, and at some point in a future broadcast, I'm going to have back on again. I'm going to have on a man of God that was caught up in human trafficking. He was caught up in human trafficking, and they were literally seeking to kill him. And every day he got up, he said, Lord, if this is the day that I'm going to die, I just want to be ready. That was his prayer every day, because every day he thought he would be killed, and he had good reason to believe that he would be killed too, because he was watching others being killed right before him. He was watching people be brutalized, raped, and sodomized, and all kinds of brutality, and actually shot and killed. So he wasn't just imagining something that was far fetched, but it was the human trafficking that he was trapped in, and he was in this like a warehouse that had hundreds and hundreds of people in it, and so with people guarding them with machine guns. So something here. Let me bring that back. He is with us in ministry, and we are able to minister together. And he's going back, and he's our extension in Morocco, and we're also in Algeria. We're also in Libya, in Egypt, and and in the Sahara Desert. Now he's going back, and he is ministering in a way to free many others that are trapped, and he is ministering the gospel. And one of the things about this young man also is that he is an anointed psalmist, and we joined him to help him. I got a chance to sit down and meet with him face to face, share with him. God sent him to me while I was preaching at Pastor Johnson's fellowship, Christ Chapel. And as I preached the message, this young man approached me. And that was the very first time he had been ever to that church. And it was my first Sunday ever being to that church, first time I was there. But he said God told him to go to this church, and he lives a long ways from the church, but God told him to come there. And so God orchestrated these meetings, and we're going to be having him on to share with us what he has experienced and what we are doing together to further the gospel of Jesus Christ. And it's going to be interesting because he has a very, very beautiful testimony of the goodness of God. So if you're following us today, I've completed another segment of the broadcast, ministry and mission and ministry to Africa. And now we're on the final segment, and we're in hopes of having with us Evangelist Mark. He has to sign on, but as I said earlier, it is been reported to us by Lisa that the rain is coming down pretty heavy there in Monrovia. And when it rains like that, the signal many times doesn't transmit. So we're going to see how that is, and hopefully if it allows us to transmit the broadcast, then we'll have him on here with us today to share with us this segment here. But we're at a point where we are establishing a ministry now that will meet on a weekly basis. Actually, it will meet twice a week. One of those services will be a message that is taught.
Marvelous Greatness joined.
And so the other one will be a message that we are going to utilize to disciple.
Okay,
Okay, go ahead and give us some volume. I mean, down. Do you have any more lighting for you there, Mark? Because we can hardly see in your area. Okay, because we're hoping that we can get a little bit more lighting. That's a better lighting there. And okay, okay. Well, we're gonna have to go through a area and try to get where. Okay, that's giving us some. Okay, that's a little bit better. But see, now you're getting into the dark area. It's not situated where I don't think it's where we can see. Okay, let's see here. Okay, no, we're not able to see that. We need to maybe try to move to something where you can get a little bit more lighting. We want the audience to be able to see a little bit better. Okay, that's getting better there. You need a lighter backdrop somewhere, and yeah, a lighter backdrop and into the light. Now, looks like behind you is some good light, but
Yeah, just one light.
okay, all right. Well, it's showing up better there, but not where we want. So we're gonna need to get some better lighting there eventually, so that we can make sure, because that'll work right now. If we can do it right there, and we can put our piece in so that the audio be good, that'll be really good right there.
Yes.
That
So I'm keeping my hand on the phone.
okay. So that I can see pretty well, and I think the audience can see that much better there than when you first came on. So how your day
Okay.
going?
Well, I had a busy day.
Hmm.
I just returned back from class by the
Okay.
grace of God.
Okay, and let's talk to them about the class.
Uh, I started class now, and this month will be my graduation. And when I'm in class, I'm in a school that I'm attending that Bishop got me into before his departure from Liberia.
Okay, and what are you taking, Mark?
See that?
What study are you taking?
I'm doing a video controlling
Okay, video
on a camera and video editing as well.
video, camera, filming, and editing.
Yes.
Okay, so you gonna be able to help edit my programs.
Yeah. That's gonna be great.
You know I'm making an investment in you,
Yeah.
and I got all these programs so you can be able to edit them, and then when we go places now you'll be able to film our programs.
Yeah, sure. And one of the challenge that I have now, I have problem with the computer.
Uh huh.
It fell from me from the table, so the screen got damaged.
Okay.
So, but I got a camera and I got a stand for the camera, and I also got a mic for the recording.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm liking the computer.
Okay. So so now you don't have the computer.
Yeah, it fell from me. I think I
Okay.
sent you the picture the other day.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say this to you right now. You better make sure it don't fall. Oh my
Yeah,
Lord. Yeah. Well, you know those things happen because the one that I have right here, I dropped it and it cracked the screen.
yeah.
So
What? Because you were calling me on a messenger, so I was rushing to pick up the phone, and then the charger dragged it from the table.
yeah, I understand. Yeah, okay. Well, now you're in school. How's your sister doing?
Yeah, she's doing okay. She's also in school as well.
Okay. What is she taking?
She's doing hairdressing,
All right.
catering, and nails making.
Hairdressing, catering,
And nails making.
and nails making. Well, that's good, man. Now she can
Yeah.
she gonna be able to cook some food after a while.
And that's all. And she adds what we call beautician.
Beautician. She's taking beautician. See, that's what
Yeah.
that's what I said when I was there. That would be a good business for her. Because
Yeah.
we making, when I say we're making an investment, we're making an investment, and let's talk about it, because since we're on this, the reason we have you all doing these classes, the reason we have you doing these classes is so that you can get a job or get a business to support you and your family after the support that we are doing runs out. And so you guys are going to be able to get something going that will help you, and you'll have that trade, that skill, for the rest of your life. You'll be, and so we're glad to hear that you all you stayed with the school, and you're getting to a point of being able to graduate from your class, and we want to now get into the next phase so that you can get busy working and get busy earning income for you and your family. So we're grateful to that. I've been here. I've already shared a lot before you got home, but we was talking about the starting of the weekly ministry there, and the actual work that God has connected us with the school, and with the with what's happening with Pastor Johnson and the college there, and where we're going from here. Just on, because this is a new broadcast. How do you see, Mark? How do you see your life and the life of your family change from what it was before we got there? So I don't know whether the internet is keeping pace. It may have froze up there. And I guarantee you that I'm going to find out that it's still raining there. I believe that's the case. But the question that I was pointing to, and that I want you to see the effects of when someone just simply let God use them to do whatever it is that God wants to do, how that affects a person and could affect people's lives. So, Mark, let me know when you can hear me. You've frozen up on my end, so I've got to. I'll carry on until maybe you get reconnected. I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and block that, and then I'm going to see, can I bring it back? There it is. So it's not coming back. It's because there is a lack of transmission because of the connectivity, and that connectivity now is due to the weather that is taking place there in Liberia. So those are the issues that we will have no matter what. Sometimes when it's raining really bad, we will have that kind of blackout, because the frequency just doesn't connect there. They already struggle to have connection, even when it is a clear day, when it's a bright sunny day. So whenever it's a dark and cloudy day, their connections is a whole lot more challenging. Okay, but I was asking the question as to how his life has taken on a different course, or how his life have changed, because at the end of the day you want to see lives change, and you want to know, are you being effective with your support, or if you are in support and you're supporting someone, you want to know whether or not that support is effective. Many times you guys will give, and when you give, you should be able to see as much as available that your support is being effective and is impacting the lives that it is intended to impact. So that's the reason why the question is, so that because the best person that can tell you how their life was before they were saved, or before they were ministered to, and can tell you what their life is after they was ministered to, the best one that can do that is the person themselves. And so that's what we're hoping to do. Now he is trying to get back on, so we're gonna give him a little minute here. And I just saw something took place here, and I'm gonna try to go and see. I'm not sure that it's given us a error here, but we're gonna wait and see if he's gonna show up here. What is happening now, for those of you that don't see this and can't put this together, what is happening is that Mark is pressed the link, and it is trying to populate and bring him back into the screen on my laptop so that we can continue the discussion. So, and based on how the weather is, it is having some difficulty doing that. Now, if the weather was pretty much a sunny day, it would be a lot easier for that frequency to get through. But we're going to wait and see if it comes through. But until then, I want to say that we are seeing lives change. People, these are real people that have real needs and are experiencing real changes. And it's all for the glory of God. It's all because of God speaking to the hearts of people, and people are saying, I want to obey God. So we're encouraging all of you, even in your neighborhoods, find someone to help. Find someone to minister the love of God to them. Because when we do so, we open up a world of opportunities to minister even more, all the way to the gospel of Jesus Christ. So find somebody to sow into their lives. Find somebody that you can sow into their lives the seeds of the love of God. And when you do that, you know, you might get a chance to see the reward of you doing such. You know, you might get a chance to experience them walking after the faith, get a chance to experience God using them for even greater things, you know, sow into people's lives seeds of love. Help the poor, help the needy. Let your life be a vessel through which the love of God can flow. See? So we're gonna go back, and I thought you were trying to get back in here. So that's good. That's good. So Mark, I was asking the question, and the question was, how do you see your life? How have your life changed from the time that we first got together, and what is it like now? What is the difference?
Here, let me begin by referencing God. And honestly, life seems so awesome right now. Life seems very much beautiful because God has opened our eyes to another step of life, and this is where we have never thought of being. We have never dreamed about this day, but by His grace, can you hear me?
Yes, I got you.
So by His grace, He has brought this far. But the past has been so bitter and bad. And counting on the past is like when you remember a fire burning down a house and somebody in there crying for help, but still they can't get the help they need. That's how life went for us. But it took God Himself, and that's why every time when I speak, I love to reference the Bible Teacher International and Bishop Jerome Jones. All of you folks over there, for your tirelessly help towards my life. I'm so grateful for this day. I wouldn't have been seated in this place now without you all. So I want to say I'm grateful. Life is getting better.
Amen. Well, you and your family is back together, so that's a real blessing that now you're with your mother, your sister, your children, your guys are together now, and that is just a blessing. I know that when we were there, you guys was kind of scattered apart, and now you're able to be together, and you've been in school. Okay, I'm gonna let whoever that is talking. But that's something that we're going to work on, Mark. We're going to work on setting up a system, and this is what I'm asking people to really help us in, so that we can set up a system so that you can have a real broadcasting set there. We really want to be able to broadcast just like I'm sitting here, and every now and then you'll hear some noise, but if I could shut down the noise here, and that's what we want to be able to do, because as we broadcast, we got people listening to us from all over, and they want to be able to hear that broadcast. So we're gonna have to set up get a system set up in the house that when you're broadcasting, everybody let them all know to keep their voices down and things like that, so that it doesn't come in on the broadcast. We try to.
Okay.
That's a part of what we want to do in developing, so that your broadcast. Because sometimes if we air a broadcast and we have other noise, they won't even air it on the air. They'll cut it off. So always try to make sure that the audio is coming through from you, and that you have good lighting. And we're gonna try to, if we need to, and I know we do, we need to work on getting some more lighting for you to set up a place that is just lit up. That's where you go to do your broadcast. And that way you can turn it on and it'll bright up that whole area, and you'll be able to be nice picture, because we can light it up like this broadcast is here. And I just moved to another location, because I kind of broadcast from here and there, but we're working through that. And I tell people that are listening to us that this is our work, and we don't wait until we get things perfect before we start. We have to start, because it's unto the Lord. It's unto the Lord, and if we are doing it unto Him, then when He will bless and He will provide and enable us to perfect it as we go. So, but we're going to be looking at doing that, so that we'll be able to have your broadcasting station, and where it be easy for us to do a broadcast from here and to you, because sometimes we're going to be live on radio stations, and so this has got to be something to really give some attention to. We're going to be live on the radio station, and so going back to something, Evangelist, there's as I said to you before, a few weeks from now, we're going to be testing the voice on the radio station that is in Nimba. And that radio station,
Yes.
yeah, that radio station covers all over the country. And Pastor said to me that in a few weeks we're going to be ready to test that radio station, and I'm really excited about that, because I'm going to have first programs on that station. I'm going to be able to broadcast there, and not only in that country, but in other countries too. And so this is another part of the work of evangelism. Can you imagine being able to broadcast on that station and cover every state in Liberia, and then go over into other nations as well, and to be able to do it all from the university?
Yeah, and the broadcast there from that radio is gonna cover, that's Guinea, the Republic of Guinea.
Yes.
We got Freetown, Sierra Leone,
Yes.
and we got Ivory Coast
Ivory Coast. That's right.
and Liberia.
And Liberia. I've been looking at, I done marked all of those on my calendar here, on my globe. And I got the Ivory Coast, Guinea, the Republic. We also got we know Liberia,
Freetown.
Sierra Leone. And so we know that this is evangelism, and to be to be able to evangelize that whole nation with the word of God. That's what we are. That's the mission. That's what we're here to do, and everything we are doing from the local level The local level is where you live. From the local level to the national level, that's the whole country. To the global level, that's the whole world. So that's where God is saying, go ye therefore into all the world, and start in Jerusalem, then Samaria, then Judah rather, then Samaria, then the uttermost parts of the earth. So we are charged to evangelize, and so I'm really looking forward to the broadcast station getting up and running and being able to broadcast on that station all over the country, and that's just a real blessing.
Amen.
And so now we also have a medical center that is being built there at the university right now. And the reason I bring that up is because getting medical treatment is a hard thing, for people in Liberia. It's hard for them to get medical treatment. But when I was there, they purchased 3.5 more acres of land to build the medical center on, and that's going to be a real big help to the work of the ministry and to the people in that community as well. And so we're grateful to see that being done. And another thing that is there is a water factory.
Yes.
And that's going to be a big help because clean water is a major problem there in Liberia and other nations. Just clean drinking water. So we're glad about that, and we're also going to be getting water that is already purified, and this is the thing that we are tasked with, making sure that we can provide clean water and food for families throughout that country, because one of the primary things that we have to that we're faced with is a lack of food and lack of clean water, and that we take that for granted sometimes where we are here in the States and other places, but there are places all over the continent of Africa and all over other countries in Pakistan like that have a hard time getting food and clean water. And so we are hoping as we continue that we'll be able to assist and help those families get clean water, and the college has a water purifying factory that is there, and they own it. So it's not something that they're leasing or renting. They own it. The other thing that the college that we have available is some land, and I'm going to talk to you about that, because the land is 100 acres of land, and that is for us to use how the Lord directs us. And so one of the things that the Spirit of the Lord ministered to me when I was there is farm the land. And so we are looking to farm 100 acres of land. That's the first plot of land. After that plot of land, we have a 350 acre plot. But we're looking to farm the 100 acres of land to grow wheat and rice and vegetables, and be able to take that to the people of the country and supply them with food, and also to supply our marketplace there at the college campus with all the food. And in doing so, with this 100 acres of land that we farm, how we're going to do it is get organic seeds. And you may be able to help us there, because we can get organic seeds and plant them in the soil, and they will grow, and the natives of that country will farm the land. They will work the land, and that land will produce acres and acres and acres of food. And so we're excited about that. The pastor said to me, says, Bishop Jones, we'll get the big tractor, farm tractors and bulldozers that we need to clear the land and cultivate it, prepare it to plant. So we know that we have at our disposal, or we have access to things that is going to be so beneficial to men and women throughout the community. So we're going to be looking and to do that and talking to you much more about that. Saints of God, when I tell you that the vision and the ministry and vision, the ministry and mission to Africa is huge, it is huge. God opened some vast doors of entrance for us to impact the lives of hundreds and thousands and into the millions of people. That's what God has done. And it's no small thing, though it seems very, very small. But it's no small thing. It's no small thing. It's like that little grain of mustard seed that seems so small, but when it's planted and it grows, it's the largest tree in the field. God has opened up avenues of ministry for us to impact hundreds of thousands into the millions of people around the world. And we're going to stay focused on that, and we're forever appreciative of what God has done. And so I want to just bless the Lord for you again, and I want to encourage you, saints of God, be encouraged in the ministry that God has given unto you, because as we've been hearing in the revival, it is God's mercy to give us ministry. Yes, it is God's mercy to give us ministry. Now, this land, I'm going to be taking some pictures and showing you some pictures of the land. God has literally dropped into our hand almost 500 acres of land. And that's just real. And we have to get the plan ready to go ahead and farm this land so that we can produce acres and acres and acres and acres of food, so that we can treat those that are in poverty for the lack of food and clean water, and then also minister to them the gospel of Jesus Christ. I just know that this here is just going to change the lives of multitudes for the glory and honor of the Lord Jesus Christ. And so we just wanted to give Mark a chance to share. Mark is a young man about 30 years of age that have a heart after God, and you may think sometime that he's 21, 22, but he's about 30, and he is going to head up the work there in Monrovia. He just sent me a line saying the network is poor. I knew that before he got on, and because Lisa had already told me. And so we are so thankful, though, that that we had a chance to get a little bit of him on, and I know that we're going to talk to him much more later on. But right now, we're so grateful for what God is doing, and we just expect so much yet to come as we continue to make ourselves available that God's purpose can be brought forth. Well, we're going to leave you right there. We are done all we're going to do today in this area. And we know that we're going to be coming back. And don't forget Sunday morning, if the Lord's willing, I'm going to be talking to the people in Uganda and another nation. And we're excited about it. And perhaps into Kenya Sunday afternoon, Kasai. So we're excited about that and want you to stay tuned. Follow us along. Share, love, like, do it all. These messages. Share them with your friends because we need partners. Saints of God, we need partners. We really need help. Sometimes people look at the screen and they think they don't need nothing. Everything has got to be good for them. Well, everything can be good, but that doesn't mean we have to have monies to do the things that we are in need of doing. So we need your help. Support the work, and if you want to make a contribution, you see my Cash App on the screen. If you want to give it through Bible Teachers International, if you're a member of Bible Teachers International and you want to give a gift and get a tithes receipt, then you can give it to Bible Teachers International and just put Bishop Jerome Jones, Mission and Ministry to Africa. They'll make sure I get it. Send me a note that you sent it through Bible Teachers. Whenever you send it through Bible Teachers, just send me copy with a note, and I'll put it on my books as a note that you've sent it, and then we'll check it when it comes in, and we'll be able to get it for the right purpose. Well, we're going to leave you right there. I'm Bishop Jerome Jones, and if you go with God, yes, he will surely go with you. And until the next time, you have yourself a Jesus-filled day. Bye-bye.